If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. It is time for the Habanera ripoff. Or did I say that was wooden? There are other ways. One of these two I definitely claimed is absolutely riffing on Habanera from the opera Carmen. When I hear it, I will probably have to hum it. I won't be able to help it, but I'm ready for Done For because of the Circe Saga songs, Done For is one that I really, really like, and I truly also wish were longer, and I have 4 of them. Because they knew of the Circe songs. I really did like this one. And we have 3, again, new artists to me for this one. Oh, you guys really came and said, giving you new artists, which I love. Again, let's bring awareness beyond just the ones I know there are so many artists and people still are making animatics even to this day. Trust me, I know you guys leave me the millions of comments. You truly do have to wait for me to finish going through this first round of this playlist I have. The playlist again is reasonably set in stone with like very few exceptions, and again, unless I go rogue, which I really don't plan to do, with the exception of maybe like if it's a specific animator who I like and they aren't on the list, and I'll just be like, I really want to watch that. So for Done For, I have Esha, I have Gruichai, I hope I said that right. I'm gonna go with Gruichai. I have Gwendy, a name I've definitely seen come up before, and we have Ani Flama. Very curious to see their Circe, especially because I thought their Poseidon, or their Ruthlessness animatic was very interesting, the way they played with horse imagery and everything else there. So curious what they will do for Circe. All of these have very interesting thumbnails. Let's go. This color palette reminds me of Gigi's color palette. But then again, we've used pinks and purples and variations on this color palette for most of these animatics.
Lady of the Palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask
Esha. I see a little thing holding her hair. Please tell me you're using her wand as a hairpiece. Please, please, please. Because I remember Smulio had Circe with, kind of as I was saying, like a chopstick in their hair. And they didn't pull it out and show it as a wand. I'm wondering if Smulio has a Done For, if maybe they do. But I'm just like, that in terms of hiding something away in plain sight, I actually just think would be kind of cool. And it does look like we have pointed ears for Circe. I was wondering if Circe had a kind of crown that I couldn't see, but it does look like we have given Circe pointed ears. And I'm really hoping what I see in her hair is potentially her wand. I love him picking up the wine too, because the wine, as we know, is what specifically was poisoned.
To be sure, did you do something to them?
Drink it.
Who, me? All I did was reveal their true form.
You turned them into pigs.
I don't know
I
who
love her
you are,
looking
why
like
you're
that.
here.
Also, all of the little bit of like herbs and stuff in the back, because she was working on mortar and pestle. Again, Circe is known in terms of her magic for being really good with herbs. That's sort of like almost her specialty, if you will. And so I love seeing that little detail there. I also, again, excellent height difference. It is her wand! The yellow eyes. I love it. I do also love that he's been holding the wine but hasn't had a drink of it.
I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire.
She looks very taken aback. I would almost want more suspicion. That's very much me. Pour the wine out, smart boy.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine. Yes. Well,
doing that in like slight chibi is really funny. Also, I see you, Hermes, in the background eating popcorn. That's funny. I like that a lot. I could totally imagine that happening. And again, none of these are critiques. It's just like, this is where my brain goes when I see you set me up a movement. I'd be like, oh, are you going to do this? I don't know why. This is where my brain goes. It was just like, I picked that root from the ground with my bare hands. I thought he was going to like close into a fist. Not required. This is not a critique or anything. It's just, this is where my brain goes.
our fates are intertwined. There attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So now there is no
Sword out of
turning
nowhere. Let's go.
back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to
Oh, I like that a lot.
not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
Ah.
You've lost.
Okay, lots of things to like in that. One, I kind of like that we didn't do the Pokemon battle. Not gonna lie, I know that's what Jorge wanted. I like this. Couple things. One, sorry, trying to get my thoughts all together. ADHD. I like that the thing that lets Odysseus get the one up on her is she's distracted. She looks over at her nymphs and that distracts her, and that seems to give Odysseus a real moment to catch her off guard. Now, it does seem to make it look like her magic is sort of broken when we break the wand. The wand is not really connected to her power. Again, she's got this power of herbs and everything else. She is immortal, but you know, again, I like the idea that she's looking towards these nymphs she's supposedly protecting, which again, none of that's really in the Odyssey. This is a thing that Jorge has done. And my thoughts on his treatment of divine female characters aside, because I have, or even monstrous ones, I have many thoughts, and I think I've spoken most of them, so I won't reiterate it. The fact that Esha, you know, heard the correlation, decided to use that, and I think it, you know, when you're trying to parallel with Odysseus, there you go. But again, I like that she uses her magic to basically try and like move around him, try and get the one up on him. I like that her magic was blue again, just creating a nice color contrast here. I would almost want that blue to be brighter though, just to make it stand out a little more, because the lines are very thin and they're beautiful, don't get me wrong. I like them. They create nice curves and lovely shapes. I just want them brighter just to make it stand out even more, because it is such a pretty shade of blue and I think it would pop even more. And again, none of these are critiques. Oh my god, I'm not an art critic. Everything I say, none of it is meant to be like, I'm better than you and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, these are things that I noticed, and these are all just like little personal things that suit my taste, and my taste is not the artist's tastes. So just again, I feel I need to repeat this because I realize I say stuff and it can come across that way. That's not what I mean. Because I'm mostly just sitting here so beyond impressed because I cannot do this. Like, in awe. In awe. And I just, again, I like that we did the choice of not doing the Pokemon battle. I really prefer that we didn't, and I like this. I like what Esha was cooking here.
My nymphs are like my daughters.
She's just a little more disheveled. Oh my god, Hermes clapping the back! Stop! I do love Hermes.
You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but
she's got it back. Okay, so we weren't it. Okay, so that could just be my mistaken interpretation. I had even thought we'd broken the wand, but it seems that we haven't. That like her magic is gone when she doesn't have the wand. Because now she's back, kind of feeling in power. Her eyes are yellow again. That's just me misinterpreting shit, isn't it? I like that we're seeing, literally watching all of Circe's physicality change, which even in animation, I love that we're doing that. That is, you know, basic stuff that even a live action an actor will do. Just the way you change your posture, the way that you hold yourself can really change a character. A classic example for those I'm sure who went to go see the new Superman movie or who even remember the Christopher Reeve film, you can see the physical difference in how, especially Christopher Reeve does to hold himself as Clark Kent. As Clark Kent, he's a little more hunched. He's trying to make himself smaller, and then when he becomes Superman, takes off the glasses, he stands at a full, proper, like, wonderful posture. And it's just things like that which tell you a lot about a character and how they're feeling. And the fact that we've had her, Circe, she looked almost disheveled, she was kind of cornered, but now she's starting to be like, wait, maybe I can play this angle. She's, you know, coming back up to her full height, her expression is changing. Ooh, good stuff. Oh, look at that wing.
I'm not sure I follow.
I got lazy, sorry. Esha, that's not lazy. That is the furthest thing from lazy. Whoa, you did not get lazy. You did more than so many of us could ever do. I'm just like, take your flowers. Take your flowers. I find, obviously, like, as somebody who is a creative, like, I totally get that. Be like, yeah, I got lazy, sorry, I'm not done yet, whatever. That's not lazy. That's just very well done. You deserve your flowers, take them, don't call yourself lazy. You're not lazy. I say, and my saying means nothing, but I'm just saying. Okay, now we have Gruichai. It says here an Animatics student project. Oh, so did you do this as a project for like school? Oh, that's cool. I mean, I don't, hold on. One of the first times I might ever, actually read the descriptions. We. Oh, so there's a we. So is this, oh, okay. Sorry, I'm now reading the description, so I find this interesting, and I think it's probably good information to get. Really part of a university assignment. It was a lot of fun and pain. Mood. As you know, somebody who studied film, your university projects are always, they're fun, but pain. I could tell you horror stories of doing film projects where it's like, I want to die. Also, I was doing them back in the early 2010s, so stuff is a little different. Okay, so we have this animatic. Okay, so this is a team. We have Grichai, we have Han the Pigeon, Ruby and Red, Colgan Gaisat, and Chris. So we have quite a few people. I'm going to read all these credits because I do think everybody, you know, should be credited if there's a team. The storyboard and layout artists are Grichai and Han the Pigeon. The character designs are credited to Han the Pigeon and Ruby and Red. Background designs are going to Grichai, Han the Pigeon, and Chris. Character line work, those artists are Han the Pigeon, Ruby, and Red. Background line artists are Han the Pigeon, Colgan Gaisat, and Chris. The director and editor of the animatic is Grichai. The action line artists are Han the Pigeon and Colgan Gaisat. And again, if I mispronounced any of your handles, I am so sorry. I am super curious.
What am I mad witch?
Oh, wow, I don't know what happened there. I'm super curious. This is a team. I'm very interested when you see a team come together. All right, team. I may refer to you just on the whole as Grichai just because that's the name I'm going to see. It's the one that's going to pop into my head most often. I'll try and just call you a team. But let's see what this team has brought for us. Oh, look at that medieval kind of font. Ooh, I see you, Snake. Oh, wow.
Lady of the Palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed.
This is giving very medieval.
To take a look around through here, and they
Very
wound
medieval.
up at your doors.
But you know what?
Oh my God.
The little pig. The pig is so cute. Whoever drew the pig is cute. It's adorable. I was saying a lot of this gets very medieval, but the reason I'm not saying you're like, why is it all medieval? The text on the opening for Done For is done in the style of something of like, you know, rough, almost illuminated manuscript kind of look. Very medieval looking. So like you set the tone of what your visual inspirations were for this. And I think doing that from the offset makes it very clear and it tells me kind of what to expect. And again, everything about this is very kind of medieval vibes.
A warm welcome, so I must ask
Seriously,
just
hello,
to be
TikTok.
sure. Did you
All the
do
names
something
look
to them?
quite young.
Who, me? All I did was
Oh,
reveal their
wow.
true form.
You turned them into pigs.
Seriously looks almost like Zelda for a second. Am I nuts?
But let me make this one
Wow,
thing
what a look.
clear. I've got people to protect. Never
I love that we've
second
put her on the
rate,
high
so
ground.
I'm not taking chances, dear. If you
Ooh,
make
I see
one
your
wrong
perspective on
move,
the
then you're
hand.
done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're
Okay.
done for. I could put a spell on you,
Bring in the
and you're
color
done
this
for.
way.
Boy, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
I don't mean to tip your scale, but you will
Shut
fail.
up. Okay, because at first it looks like she's just doing the imagery of closing her hands, but then we have Odysseus breaking the hands apart. This is really cool. That's really great thought, because again, it really shows like the power of her magic. We're like breaking dimension. There's some really, really cool stuff. Again, I like the use of the color coming in these sort of outlined pinky purpley flame looks. And again, also I noted I like Circe's on the high ground. Physically on high ground looking down at him, we have put her in the position of power, which makes sense. That is, oh, there's some cool shit going on in here. I like this a lot. Ooh,
At placing any spells on me.
Love for
I
him.
just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better
He's the one who
cower
dispels
now
it.
and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire money without dire
Plus sign on Circe is so
consequence.
Then I must
interesting.
be a god like you, cause I got this root
I love
from
her
the
focusing on the
ground
root, not
with
the
my
flower.
bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you,
Oh,
didn't
hi
he?
her.
Okay, fine, yes. But regardless, you
love
and
those
I are
weird
now
hair.
evenly matched.
Oh,
Our fates are
Okay, so
intertwined
we're doing
and
the Pokemon
attached.
battle.
I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So
So
now
very
there's no
interesting.
turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're
okay. That little fireball, that was beautiful. Everything about the color and the motion and its dispersal, it is the weirdest things in art that just make me go, ah, it's so nice. I like that. you win points for Fireball. No other reason than it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Again, the colors in it too. I'm a real sucker for like really cool use of color. I get that from my dad, who's the same way. Whenever he watches animated films, he gets obsessed with colors. He's just like, whoa, look at the colors. And again, I like Circe's now coming down because again, they are evenly matched. We're physically bringing them onto similar ground. She's coming in with her magic. Now her Chimera looks very different. One, I didn't see anything involving a ram or a goat. It's one of the two. We do have the lion, we do the snake tail, but we have almost like bat wings going on there. So interesting look. The Cyclops, I don't know if that is meant to directly be Polyphemus or just an image of a Cyclops. Some people usually imply that it forms the image of Polyphemus, or at least it forms the image of a Cyclops. Looks very ogre-like, very classic, almost like, not D&D. What am I thinking of? Oh my god, what is that super popular? They made a movie. It's made by Blizzard. It's like I can remember all these random details, but I can't think of the World of Warcraft. I got there eventually. Again, I've never played World of Warcraft. I've seen like scattered designs, and I'm not trying to say like this represents that, but it feels like something that would be in that world or some other fantasy world. And again, a very medieval fantasy world. But again, because we opened this animatic with that style of text, I'm already expecting a lot of medieval-esque designs. So it's like, you know what, you're creating something cohesive in that way. Wow. Look at this anime. Oh, look at that slash. The action lines. So good. Ooh. And another one that very smartly has the reason Circe loses because she's distracted by something else. And in this case, again, this whole protection of the nymphs, in this case, the destruction of her creature led to the toppling of a statue, and she stops that. That gives Odysseus his moment to come through. Again, great storytelling there. I mean, frankly, that great shot of him coming straight down to swipe. Great. Again, you credited somebody with the action lines. Well done to the action lines. Very dynamic animation going on here. I can see why this was fun and also caused pain. I get it. It's beautiful work.
My nymphs are like my daughters. I protect them at all costs.
And again, we've made all the nymphs young, like children looking.
Strangers live with a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust. But everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of love.
Okay.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well done. I love the posing and the positioning of her coming in, and like you can already tell by the way she takes those fingers and drags them up the sword. Like you can tell where we're going. Very just bravo. Wonderful job, team. Wonderful job. So much good stuff in here. I hope you made a good grade. If you didn't, I will find your professor and yell at them for you. No, I won't. I don't have that kind of courage. But wonderful job. I really do hope you guys made a good grade on this. There's so much to like here. So much talent. And just great stuff. Great stuff overall. All right. 3 of 4. We've got Gwendy. Gwendy, a name I've heard many times. I can't remember which animatic specifically most people bring up Gwendy for, but Gwendy is a name I've seen many times. From what I understand, Gwendy also did quite a few of the canon imagery or animatics for what was used, I think, in the final live stream. So Gwendy has worked directly with Jorge, or at least been commissioned by Jorge. So I hope it was a commission. So I'm excited to see Gwendy's done for. It's the first of the thumbnails that had the characters colored in all the way. I don't know if that's going to be the case with the full animatic. At least the thumbnail was fully colored, which is interesting. I haven't really seen that. Most of these are, you know, you pick a color palette, you stick with it, which again, animatics, it makes sense. That's not a critique. It also says NS2D Studios. So hold on. Again, I'm going to look and be like, is this a team? I think it's one person. Okay, so Gwendy is a member of this studio. Okay, now I understand. Wanted to check we didn't have another team like we did before. And Eclipse Studio Paint. I tried that once. It didn't work well. I work on my iPad, so for me, Procreate's just easier. All right, Gwendy, let me see. Oh, wow. Many frames already. Okay, I see the 3 animals. Nice lead in. Giving him, oh wow, quite a few colors.
Lady of the palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts to take a look around through here, and they wound up at your doors.
Oh, that's cool.
Through the years we
So again, most of these have been, you know, either black and white, or they might pick a gradient or something as a color palette. They pretty much stick with that, usually only highlighting colors in very specific instances. In this, Gwendy has done something very interesting. It is a predominantly kind of grayscale background, but character clothing in some cases seems to be colored. Odysseus has a blue tunic type look. Circe seemed to have a purple sort of gown on. The pegs are colored in. So it's interesting. I wonder, because obviously I don't know. I'm just curious what like Gwendy's thought process was. Just like, I want to color this in, I want to color that in, like wait. And I'm wondering if part of this is to draw focus. I mean, obviously if you put something in grayscale or black and white, as some people might call it, and you're only putting in color in certain places, it means you want to draw focus to that thing, right? Or you're trying to highlight it for some reason. So very, very curious.
Had a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do something to them?
Who me? All I did was
Oh, she's beautiful.
You turned them into pigs.
Ha!
I don't know.
Ooh, I love that. I love her just saying like, I'm like, ah. It's like, ah. You hear that ha, they're like, well, it was appropriate. And now we've turned again, camera angle. We're on a low angle, so we are under her. We're seeing her standing up. Her expression is way more like, don't fuck with me, boy. Like, you're adorable, silly Greek man. Really showing her off there. Again, the nymphs from behind. It looked like she was braiding their hair. That's a nice touch. I can't remember where I had mentioned it. I think in the puppeteer videos, I mentioned that braids were some form of braid or braids, plural, was the seemingly common hairstyle of the age for women, or at least even their hair would be pulled up and made in these almost intricate kind of knots from, again, some Minoan art that we've seen. And so the fact that we have Circe sort of braiding their hair, that her hair seems to be kind of pulled back in a kind of braid. Again, I don't know if Gwendy knows this, if that's the aim we're going for, but I like it. I think it also already sets you up to show you what Circe's relationship with her nymphs are meant to be in Epic. Again, we've given them this, she has sort of a maternalistic view. So the idea that she's braiding her nymphs' hair, it feels like a very motherly thing. So we're kind of leaning into that, which I find, you know, I like that Gwendy has set that up early, because then it'll make whatever she does with the actual confrontation, you know, going into the nymphs, my nymphs are like my daughters. And so we've already set that up. It's good story. Good storytelling. Now, obviously, this tells me Gwendy is a part of a studio, so I'm assuming Gwendy has studied animation and or art and probably freelances, if not as a part of the studio or solo. So, you know, the storytelling elements I definitely see. And I also I just kind of like their art style. This very, the semi-realism that's there in the line work and how things are drawn. I deeply appreciate it. I wish I were, again, more talented at line art. I just want too many strokes. I want too many sketchy things in there. Like, you have to really, when you do line work, just clean it all up and out of there. And I'm just like, no, wait, bring that back. Regardless, very lovely. And I also like she's got a purple dress. She's got these yellowy gold eyes. Again, color theory, contrasts, makes them both stand out.
I know why you're here, but let me make this one thing.
Oh, there go the pigs. Very nice. Ooh, look at that wand.
So I'm not taking chances here.
Oh, I love that. First, you see that I realize I'm pointing and you can't see what I'm doing. She does this, and the nymphs get almost swallowed up by water, hopefully brought to maybe a safe location. But then we see magic crackling in her other hand, and we manifest a knife. Are we going to actually have them, fight it out? Are we not going to do a Pokemon battle? Which, again, as we know, I would prefer us not to. But again, if Gwendy did that, no judgment. That's, I believe, what is probably in the libretto. That is what apparently Jorge imagined. I am so curious. I love this expression on Circe. Oh.
One wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve, then you're done for.
I like that a lot.
Put a spell on you when you're done for. Boy, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
Poking him in the nose. The fact that he's so calm, it's throwing her off.
I just ate a flower, one that claims your power, so you better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire.
Hands on the head.
Then I must be a god.
Call him out. Call him out, seriously. I want to see this.
From the ground with my bare hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. Well, regardless.
The way that the herd just goes like, Rah. She's like, Hermes gave it to you, didn't he? He's like, fine. He looks like he's sulking. He's gonna whip out his sword now, isn't he?
You and I are now evenly
Nice.
matched.
Nice in perspective
Our
shot.
fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect.
Backing up.
So now there is no turning back.
Bring
You've
it.
made your one wrong move. Now
Wow.
you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done
Wow.
for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
Ouch. Nice. This, okay, I think I had noted, and I can't remember where I talked about it, who knows where, that one way to make this work is if you have them fighting, Odysseus uses her distraction on the fight to come around her to then get her at the throat. Yes, Gwendy, yes. Because again, if I'm gonna have that Pokemon fight, I want Odysseus to use it as a distraction. Yes. Yes, Gwendy, yes. Well done. Also, again, I do like that, again, speaking of storytelling, like you leave your markers in early so you can bring them to fruition. We had seen the lion, the goat, or the ram and the snake earlier, so that her summoning a Chimera makes total sense because we already saw those animals, so why not? And the fact that it's shaded in purple, the Polyphemus or the Cyclops is shaded in blue. Again, very ogre-y design for the Cyclops. This seems to be a common thing. I mean, I can totally understand why people would probably, I mean, one, I'm not knocking the creativity, obviously have your own designs. A lot of people, I think, do seem to think that Cyclops look a bit like ogres, when really it was just a giant who had only one eye. Like, that was the big thing. They are just massive giants who only have one eye in the center. So, but I mean, it's a very intimidating design, and when we're doing, like, you know, a battle royale here between the Cyclops and the Chimera, like, why not make it look intimidating?
My nymphs are like
nice
my
look back.
daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers
That's a great
live,
wide
we
shot.
faced a
Ooh, I
heavy
like
loss.
it.
You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are
She gonna smirk?
revealed in acts of lust.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I follow.
I love that smirk on the end. That smirk on the end, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, give me a smirk, because we're just having her with her head turned. So it seems like she's not in the upper position. I mean, obviously she's got a sword to her throat. Her hand with the knife is immobilized. It seems he's also immobilized her ability to use her wand, and however we want her to use that. But the smirk lets you know, oh, you're in control? Honey, I'm still basically a minor goddess. You cute pumpkin. Well done. Ooh, there's some really beautiful animation in there. Gwendy, I see the hype. I see it. Again, many things, many things I like in that. And also a very unique style. Again, I love unique, like, styles that go like, oh, I can recognize that as your style. It's one that feels very wholly your own. And also, again, the way that Gwendy has colored things makes it go like, I'm gonna, like, definitely be like, yeah, Gwendy's style, I remember it. It's very interesting, it's very clean, which does make it stand out. Just very well done. Very well done. All right, that was the last of the new artists to me animatics for Done For, because now we have Aniflama. And given how well Aniflama was doing shape-shifting with Poseidon, I'm very curious what Aniflama is gonna do with Circe, because if ever you had a chance for playing with shape-shifting, and, you know, if we're supposed to have, again, our Pokemon battle and the like, I am so curious what Aniflama is going to bring me. Opening strong with a beautiful still image of the background. Hello. Oh, again, we've got young nymphs. Oh my god, the pig is so cute.
Lady of the palace, sorry that I asked this, but I hope that I've been misinformed. I sent out some scouts
Oh, I just
to take
noticed.
a look.
Sorry. Oh, well, first off, those pigs are so cute. What's with all the cute animals, man? We had cute sheep, now we got cute pigs. So cute. I can't help it. Cartoon animals always end up being stupidly cute. I was gonna say that I just noticed that the pin that we're having, or the fastener we're having for Odysseus's, like, cape tunic thing going on here, it is an owl. It was taking me a second. I was staring at it going, that's not a skull. And I was like, oh, it's an owl. Showing that, you know, linking him obviously with Athena, though obviously according to Jorge and Epic, he is not linked with Athena anymore. We all know my thoughts on that one, but okay. Obviously, I mean, also, Aniflama, I gotta say, your animals in general,
around through here and they wound up at your doors. Through the years we seldom get a warm welcome, so I must ask just to be sure. Did you do
The
something
pig that she's holding that's all crying.
Hey,
I can't.
all I did was reveal their true form.
You turned them into pigs.
I don't know who you are nor why you're here, but let me make this one thing clear. I got people to protect, nymphs I can't neglect, so I'm not taking chances, dear. If you make one wrong move, then you're done for. Anything I don't approve.
Shut up, what? What? Having her spin up to come into this, oh, the shape language. Oh, if nothing else, Ani Flamma, your shape language makes me so happy. The images you create, where you choose to block out entirely in black to do silhouettes, again, highlighting your shape language. Oh, that is a great piece of animation. Very intimidating, would make her seem very scary.
Then you're done
So her
for.
ears are
I could
interesting.
put a spell on you when you're
Almost
done
like
for.
dragon-like.
Now you better
Now that I say dragon-like and I look at it, are there Maleficent vibes to that? Because it gives me, like, my brain goes to the dragon in Disney's Sleeping Beauty, because it's got, like, you know what I mean? Those who know what I mean, you know what I mean? And if that's the vibe, I am not mad. In the slightest.
soon you will be done
Having it
for.
be, again, the gold and the
your
yellow
scale, but
for her
you
magic, which
will
again, she's
fail
really
at
Helios,
placing
so
any
then kind
spells
of like
on
eyes,
me.
sometimes holding
I
hair
just
as well.
get a flower, one that
I love
claims
that
your
we don't see her
power,
face
so
in
you
this.
better cower now and flee.
You must be a liar, mortals can't acquire money
shit
with no dire consequence.
Then I must be a god like
Such
you, cause I
cool
got this
choice.
root from the ground with my
Again,
bare
another
hands.
Hermes gave it to you, didn't he?
Okay, fine, yes. Well, regardless, you and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached.
height difference
I've got
also.
people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for. I will be the one to prove that you're done for. Not even a spell saves you, cause you're done for. Oh, you better run, or soon you will be done for.
Oh.
You've lost.
So that's what distracts her. I will say, my one comment on that has to do with sense of space. The distance he would have to cross. Like, how close is he to the Chimera and the Cyclops battling these things that they summon? I did not realize they were things that he could also interact with, because most of the time in the other animatics we have not seen them. Like, they are things they manifest, but they don't interact directly with those things, right? In this case, we have Odysseus interacting directly with it. He comes in, he slashes the Chimera's throat, at least on the lion. You know, we just see her watch it fall, and then he's immediately there with a sword, which tells me again, what's the distance he has to travel? My one little logistical question I will ask in terms of space, because for me, I just want a better sense of space, because I would think if he's got to do that, he's kind of got to double time quick it, because she seemed to have been on the other side. He's got to move pretty fast. Would she not hear him running? Like, again, I should say, and again, these are not critiques. These are just weird shit that I think about. I can't help it. I go, oh, well, how'd he get there so fast and she didn't hear him? It seemed like he would have had to run. My sense of space is not, we're having a clash in terms of my sense of space and distance from each other. But beyond that, that was very beautiful. Again, Ani Flamma, your work with animals is exquisite. And again, the shape language makes me so happy.
Like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason
implying kind of what
to
Jorge
be
implies, which something that does not happen on Circe's Island, Aia. Like, again, this is something that Jorge has fabricated. I'm also just noticing I like on her wand, which is a beautiful kind of natural look to it. That little charm on the end, I think, is meant to be the sun. Again, linking her to Helios, because that be her daddy. And her daddy has come to save her butt at least once. Again, the whole origin of Molly as a plant, it comes from Helios coming to her safety, her rescue, almost even when one of these gigantes, lands on her island, is running away. This is during the Gigantomachia, and he just decides, this is your island, I don't care, I'm gonna chase you and kick you off it. And she's in distress, and Helios is like, not my daughter, bish. No, we don't. And he takes care of that guy for her. And then from that, we get the springing of Molly. So, I like that little sun charm on the end. I see you.
With might frost, but
it's also, I see it on her waist as well.
Are revealed in acts of lust.
No way.
I'm not sure I follow.
There are other ways of persuasion.
Oh my, hold on, I want to see this full color Circe. Again, the purple, very beautiful. Oh, I love the designs that are on her little like shawl she's carrying. Beautiful. And like, yep, I see the sun at her waist. What a great lead in to There Are Other Ways. Again, Aniflama, shape language, animals, like there are certain things that Aniflama just does so well that are wonderfully highlighted, and that I'm still not over the opening bit where Circe first kind of twists and transforms up and has, I'm calling them like the little dragon flappergill things on the side. Because again, it just makes me think of Maleficent's dragon from Sleeping Beauty, which also had like a black and purple and kind of yellowy color scheme. So I am seriously convinced secretly Aniflama that there was something there. I could be totally off and totally wrong, but like that's where my brain like daisy chains off to. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Those were all 4 very phenomenal done-fors. 4 very phenomenal done-fors. Different ways that people took the Pokemon battle. One, again, Esha, who didn't even do it, which I definitely kind of prefer. I very much prefer, in fact. But wonderful designs, all these different Circes that I hadn't really seen. Some of them including Hermes in the back, like just watching or waving, which I thought was very fun and funny. Again, the teamwork done in Gruichai's I thought was so incredible. Again, if I had not looked and seen it was a team, I never would have known it was a team. So you guys were able to complement all of your abilities and styles extremely well. Again, I hope you made a good grade on that. Wonderful work. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work. It's so amazing to me to see all of the artistic talent just like on display here. And it just shows me, like, again, reasons why I love animation and just why I love art in general, but animation especially, because there's just so much cool stuff you can do. There's so many cool art styles, and people are all gonna attack the same song different ways. And that's just so fun.